I see a lot of similarities, right? Because I think that, again, like I think Vietnamese and Armenians share something, which is that we're identified by one tragedy in the world's imagination. So if you're Vietnamese, you have the Vietnam War. If you're Armenian, you have the genocide. And that's both good and bad. The good part is, if I write about the Vietnam War, I knew that people were going to publish me eventually. And if you're Armenian and you write about the genocide, you've done half the work, because people are like, of course, you have the genocide. Let's hear about the genocide. But it's also very limiting, because you're also encased by that stereotype at the same time. And so I think there is a temptation, obviously, for Armenian authors or politicians or artists to speak to an audience that wants to hear one kind of story. And I'm assuming that within the Armenian community, there's a different set of stories people are telling each other, just like in the Vietnamese community. For example, Americans expect the Vietnamese to be grateful. Well, we rescued you from communism. Of course you're going to be grateful. And oftentimes Vietnamese people in public will be grateful. But in private, if you get to listen to them, they're not. They're much more ambivalent. You know, some of them are angry that they felt that the United States abandoned them in 1975. Some of them have many more complex kinds of things to say within their own community when they speak to each other. And that's the kind of conversation that we actually need to bring out into the public, because that's where the truth resides.